In this video, we're going to be sharing the top 10 or our top 10 favorite trout fishing locations in Oregon. Now that doesn't mean that there aren't bigger, better, and more popular lakes out there. There are. We just haven't been to all of them, and we don't want to share something with you guys that we haven't experienced. So these are all lakes that we've been to, had a great time at, produce a lot of fish, and thoroughly enjoy going to. All of these bodies of water can be found within an hour to two of Salem, Oregon. So we invite you guys to come along and stay tuned and check out our top 10 favorite Oregon trout fishing locations. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is St. Louis Ponds, located just outside of Jervis, Oregon, which is roughly a 15 to 20 minute drive north of Salem. There are several bodies of water here at St. Louis Ponds, but if you're targeting trout, you want to focus your attention on pond number 6. It receives a very healthy amount of stockings, including a lot of trophy trout and brooder trout from November through January. This location definitely gets fished out very quickly, so it's best to come within about a week of a stocking for your best chance to catch some nice rainbow trout. Coming in at number 9 is Waverly Lake, just south of Salem, about a 25 to 30 minute drive right off of I-5. We've had some pretty good success catching legal size and trophy trout, but the main attraction here for us is the brooder trout that are stocked in the late fall into the winter. Something attractive about this location is the higher volume of water and a ton of bank access. I see people catching fish all around the lake. There's not just a couple hot spots. Seems like no matter where you go, you have a great chance of landing a brooder. I would estimate that Kaylee and I have probably caught around 10 to 12 brooders here in the last few years. Most of our luck has been on Carolina rig with power bait, but we've also seen pretty good success with Castmaster lures, particularly the gold and red combination. Definitely a place to visit in the late fall and into the winter for your chance at a brooder like this. Coming in at number 8, Turner Lake in Turner, Oregon. This is one of our newer found honey holes that we really enjoy going to. It's only a 5 to 10 minute drive from Salem. Being outside the city limits, the lake is a little more scenic, a lot more beautiful, and the water is very deep. Therefore, it's a lot less crowded than your local lakes, and it holds over trout very well and allows you to catch them year-round. In our handful of visits there this year, we've caught a lot of really nice trophy trout in the 15 to 18-inch range and one that was over 20 inches. The majority of the lake is private access only, so you're allowed to fish, roughly about a fifth or sixth of the lake, and even then, it hasn't gotten too crowded on us yet. This place can be very busy in the summer, but this time of year, fall, winter, is your best chance to get out there and get yourself some nice big rainbow trout. Coming in at number 7, Olalla Lake, or Olalla Reservoir, located in Toledo, Oregon, just 15 minutes east of Newport. From Salem, it's roughly about an hour and 30 minute drive. This is a beautiful, serene coastal lake with very deep and clear water. We've only been fishing here infrequently for the last few years, but have really fallen in love with this location. We've yet to fish this lake close to a stocking or during the peak trout fishing season, but we've done very well nonetheless and caught some really nice rainbow trout. During the off season of the fall and winter, the bite can be pretty slow, but the fish you catch will be quality. Coming in at number 6, a lake that neighbors Olalla right there on the coast, and that's Big Creek Reservoir, located in Newport, Oregon. Big Creek is roughly a 1 hour and 45 minute drive from Salem and a 15 minute drive from Olalla, so it makes for a great combination day, hitting 2 lakes in one stop. There are 2 separate reservoirs at this location, number 1 and number 2, both receiving fair numbers of trout, mostly in the early to mid-summer, and then it will die out in the late summer. I highly recommend fishing Reservoir 2, which is on the very end of the gravel road. You won't miss it if you continue on past the first body of water you see when you enter Big Creek Reservoir. It receives a lot of legal-size fish, but also a large number of trophy fish, which is what we like to target. When we're camping in Newport and done with crabbing or perch fishing, this is something that we like to go kick back and do, enjoy the serenity and the mountains, and kind of being out in nature. It's pretty quiet out there, and it's a nice break away from the city. Coming in at number 5, our third coastal lake in a row, and that is Devil's Lake in Lincoln City, Oregon. It's a relatively simple 1 hour drive from Salem. This lake is not very deep, with average depths of around 10 to 15 feet, and the deepest point at 22 feet. With a very sandy bottom, it makes for very easy fishing and few snags. I grew up fishing this lake with my grandparents and parents. A lot of camping and overnight trips here where we got into 17, 18, 19-inch fish pretty much at ease. And although those days are long gone, we still enjoy getting out there and catching fish anywhere between 12 and 15 inches and an occasional monster. The majority of the lake is private access only, so your best bet to get into some fish here is by boat. However, we've done very well from shore and have fished a lot at Regatta Park, which is the main dock access point. Besides for fishing here my whole life, Lincoln City has an awful lot to do if the bite is slow, which definitely makes it an attractive place to go get some rainbow trout. Coming in at number 4, a lake that shares its name with many other bodies of water, Clear Lake. The one we're talking about is about an hour and 45 to 2 hours east of Salem in Sisters, Oregon. This by far is the most beautiful, scenic, and off-the-beaten-path lake on this list. The water is extremely deep, and it gets its name from the fact that it literally is so clear that you can see the trout swimming underneath your boat or from shore. This body of water gets a fair number of plantings, including some really nice-sized trophy trout. The trick is to find the right presentation to not scare fish away. I highly recommend downsizing your presentation and using lighter leader line to account for the water clarity. We've only been here once and we did okay, but it definitely left us wanting more. All I know is one time wasn't enough, and we're really itching to get back out there. Coming in at number 3 is Silverton Reservoir, or Silver Creek Reservoir, located in Silverton, Oregon. It's about a 20 to 25 minute drive from Salem. We've been fishing here for probably about 4 or 5 years and really enjoy it a lot. It's a huge summer attraction and the water can get really busy, so it's best to come really early in the morning, get your limit and get out, or just wait for the off season like the fall and winter when you're not going to have boaters and people out on the water. The legal fish can be pretty fun to catch with a really quick bite, but we like waiting for the trophy trout to be stocked and targeting those big boys. There's a fishing dock, there's a hiking trail, there's plenty of bank access, so get out there, explore, and go find some fish. Coming in at number 2, Hag Lake, about 1 hour drive from Salem, Oregon, and located very close to Forest Grove. Like most of the locations on this list, we have a lot of videos at this particular spot. We've caught them on the boat, we've caught them from the shore, and there's a lot of bank access on this lake. Endless opportunities to get into some big rainbow trout. This lake and surrounding area is kept very, very clean. It's also one of the heaviest stocked lakes in all of Oregon. If you want to see more, we invite you to go check out our videos, or just go out there and find out for yourself. Coming in hot in the number 1 spot, Detroit Lake. Maybe you guys would have guessed that one. It's a place that Kaylee and I hold near and dear to our hearts. It's the place that we went on our first date together. It's a place that we both grew up fishing before we knew each other existed. It's without a doubt our favorite lake in Oregon. But it isn't just the memories. It's the fish that we've caught there. We've probably caught our highest quantity of fish there and a lot of really big trout over the years. Detroit Lake is located east of Salem, up the canyon, about an hour's drive. For those of you who are new to the channel, you probably don't know this, but for those of you who have been watching us for a while, then you know that our favorite place on that lake is the dam. There's a plethora of bank fishing space and so many opportunities to get into fish here at Detroit Lake. But if you want to see an example of why we love the dam so much, go check out one of our videos using a crab net to haul our trout up the dam. We find it highly unlikely that this location will ever be dethroned as our top Oregon trout fishing destination. But then again, who knows what Oregon lake might come calling our name and stealing our hearts next. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, let us know in the comments below. Drop a like if there's something that you learned or you enjoyed about this video. Any feedback you have, negative, positive, let us know. We're just trying our best to provide the best content possible, and we thought this might be a good opportunity to share some places that we frequent. As you can see in the video, we've been to each one of these places. We've experienced it firsthand. We're not just going online and doing research and throwing a lake out there and saying it's good. These are all places we've been. We have a lot more we want to go to, but as of right now, these are our top 10 favorite Oregon trout fishing locations, and we thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.